Hello, friends of the Anger Management Podcast. Wanted to start off tonight with a little programming note. Tonight's episode is another lost episode. It's actually the second lost episode we ever recorded, so it follows the one we put up last week. Last week's episode was preempted because of technical difficulties. This week, more because of the human component. Jay was actually a little under the weather, and since he and I are going to be going to Austin, Texas next week for South by Southwest, it just made more sense to allow him some time off to recuperate. In the meantime, we will be recording a new episode in time for next week, so next week's episode will be brand new, the first brand new episode in a little over 2 weeks. So we really look forward to being able to bring that one to you. I will be hitting the road before Jay, and if you're at all interested in following my journey to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, you can find my blog at resxsw.com, and that will take you directly to my website where I will be featuring my live blog. In the meantime, we hope you really enjoy this episode. It is pretty cool to be able to take a look back at where the show started. It's definitely a little bit different than what you're used to, but it's still pretty cool. And we'll have a new one for you next week. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Anger Management with Jay Weber, the second episode. Can you believe we're 2 episodes in already?
I believe very little unless it's proven to me, so once I've heard it, then maybe I'll believe.
You don't believe that we recorded it last time?
No.
Well,
No,
it didn't help that you couldn't hear it last time.
No, I couldn't. This is much better set up. We got headphones. I don't have to read lips or
Yeah.
guess or
Yeah.
ask you to make smoke signals so that I might have some kind of idea of what's going on.
And even
Oh
though,
my God, why?
Even though we're still sitting right under the same speaker we sat under last time, it's not actually running right now.
Yeah.
Although we are having technical difficulties.
We are not having technical difficulties in any way, shape, or form.
Okay,
We're fine.
nice.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
The mic stand fell over. It's fine.
Oh, so now you're telling everybody.
Yeah, that's not a technical difficulty. That's a problem with gravity.
That's true.
That's a.
But what isn't really,
Well,
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So how was your week?
My week was uneventful.
Okay.
For the most part. I worked and that's it.
Right.
Went out and tried to think of stuff to talk about for the next show, so I didn't seem as unprepared this time. Then I realized I don't give a shit, so.
Do you feel like you're a star now? I mean, I understand, you know, the popularity hasn't fully caught on yet, but now
No.
that you've been through one.
I always felt like I was a star, and now I feel like I'm a superstar.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Why not?
Okay. To recap, the whole idea that we explained last week was that we, Jay and I guess we haven't really introduced ourselves in this one.
Nah, they should know by now. Fuck them.
That's true. Well, Jay and I tend to have these sort of ridiculously off-kilter conversations. It's probably not even the right way of putting it, but we have these really bizarre conversations that I am wholeheartly convinced more people would enjoy just because Jay is brilliantly dark.
That's true.
And daft. So I think that he makes a great subject, and so we've started doing the show. I think actually you brought some stuff to the show this week.
I did.
Okay.
I came prepared.
Okay.
For once. This may be the only time this happened, by the way.
That's okay.
Okay. So we're going to start off with the debate. Well, a discussion. I want your input.
Okay.
This isn't the time of year to talk about it, but I never talk about things when I'm supposed to. So I was thinking the other day, Santa's elves.
Yeah.
What's your take on them? Are they slaves, indentured servants, or communists?
Communists?
Santa does wear a lot of red.
That's true. Santa does wear a lot of red. Wow, so the question is, do I believe that Santa's elves are indentured servants,
Yes.
slaves,
Slaves.
or communists?
Yeah.
There wasn't a fourth option?
No. There could be, if you could think of one. Good luck, though.
I'm going to go ahead and say, for the sake of brevity, so I'm not really investing a whole lot of thought into it, I'm going to go ahead and say that they are slaves.
I thought that. See, then I realized there's very little difference between slavery and indentured servitude.
Yeah, except that the idea of indentured servitude, if memory serves me correctly, is that at some point you earn something.
Well, they do earn room and board and food.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if elves eat. Do they eat? Cookies, probably.
But, I mean, the thing is, if you didn't give them a place to live, then they wouldn't be able to come and work for you. So, I mean, do they really earn that?
Yeah, you're right, slavery.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with slavery.
I think so.
Because they don't really get anything out of it. I mean, Will Ferrell didn't in that movie.
No, he, in fact, just got low self-esteem,
Yeah.
actually, is all he got out
that
of
movie
it.
was quite damning to the psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with slave.
Slave. All right.
Where did communist come from? Just because he wears red?
No, actually, someone else suggested that to me because it's the idea of they all make toys and they live in a big community, but that's just what they do. And you know, Santa's the evil dictator. They didn't say that, but I did.
Right.
Like Stalin, or
I don't know, man. Maybe they're communists. I mean, unintended communists.
yeah. Well, I guess the only way we're gonna find out is we need to capture an elf
Okay.
and duct tape him to a chair.
Right.
And, you know, put a hot light on his face and ask him questions while teasing with water.
So for the first Christmas episode of Anger Management,
We're going to have to kidnap an elf.
we've got a plan. We've got a plan. We got to, I don't know, figure out how we're going to catch one.
I will figure that out, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's one we should come back to, though. How does one catch an elf?
I gotta imagine milk and cookies.
I knew you were going to say cookies.
And then like a box with a stick.
Right. Right. So the cookies go on a plate underneath the box, and you lure
Yes.
them into the box, right?
And then it's a lot of waiting.
Right. Well, the best things in life come under a box. I don't know. That one spun off and out of control.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
So for right now, we're going with slaves, though.
Yeah. Until we can prove communism, let's go with slaves.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we don't want to get the whole right-wing Christian people after elves if it's unnecessary.
Okay.
Because they're all for slavery, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's possible.
But they're not they don't like commies.
It's funny how one minor distinction would actually set the entire Republican Party off on a tizzy. That's funny.
It would, though.
Yeah.
We want to continue?
Yeah,
All right,
please.
With my stuff? Okay, so this is kind of a story, sort of.
Okay.
I'm driving to work the other day, and I drive past a school, and yes, I'm allowed within 500 feet of it before you
Shocking.
ask. I know, really,
Yeah.
right? Well, they don't know about me yet, but... And I stopped driving the van, so...
It helps.
Yeah.
All right.
But, and this girl is crossing the street, and she has crossed my side of the street and is now on the other side of the street, about 5 feet away from the other sidewalk. She then quickly turns around and runs back in front of my car to the side of the street that she started on, and then walks next to another little girl and starts walking to the school. I, of course, came within, like, feet of hitting her.
Right.
And I'm like, what the... I can't possibly explain that. Then I realized she must be half squirrel.
Okay.
And then I also realized that squirrels have the lowest self-esteem out of all animals.
Okay.
They get killed constantly because they second-guess themselves. They're never okay with one of their decisions.
Good point.
So they, because I've hit 3 squirrels in my entire life, and every one of them would have survived if they just stuck with their gut instinct and kept crossing the fucking street and not turned back. I'm glad they're dead.
Right.
Personally, because we don't need sad sacks like that around here.
That's so true. It's a very good observation that wow, I never thought about squirrels that way. I actually had an instance like that, I would say 6 months ago. I was driving here to the bar where we record this on my way in for, whatever. And there was a young woman who did the same exact thing, only it was it was dusk, and I couldn't see her until she was maybe 5 feet in front of my car. And I was pretty convinced that I was going to kill her.
You probably should have.
Well, it's funny because she actually flipped me off and cursed as I drove by.
Okay.
And it was at that moment that I thought,
you should have just put it in reverse and ran her down.
Yeah, no. That's a shame. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, well, you don't want the manslaughter. If you have to explain another body oh, that's me. I have to explain another body.
Yeah.
You're going to start to get suspicious.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not bad. It's not good. It's not good.
So what else did you bring on the agenda?
Oh, let me see here.
I like when you bring stories. Story time is good.
Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a coworker of mine.
Okay.
I don't want to use names ever.
No, of course.
'Cause I'm going to rip him to shreds. Pretty
Right.
much. Well, yeah, I said all this to him already, but
So we'll call him...
we'll call him Mr. X.
Okay.
Face.
Right.
So Mr. X Face is decides he needs a company laptop. And he does, legitimately, he needs one. So the person in charge of buying them says, oh, well, here's a price range, why don't you go and find one? Because he's too lazy to do his fucking job.
Nice.
So this dude starts looking for, and he's looking for, an actual good one within that price range instead of just buying the first thing he finds.
Right.
And he finds one, but it winds up, because they need to put Windows 7 Professional on it, makes it having to go like $90 over because of the upgrade necessity. So he can't get the one he wants, and he decides, well, I'm just not going to look for one. Here, you do it. But then he gets one, and it weighs 4.5 pounds, where the other one he wanted weighs 3 pounds or 3.25, some shit like that. And he's making a big deal out of the fact that this thing weighs 4.5 pounds. I'm like, you can't lift 4.5 pounds? And he's like, well, I'm thinking about, when I'm going through airports or something, having to lug it around. I'm like, well, get a backpack that has, the laptop case in it. Because if your back can't support 4.5 pounds, you're probably gelatinous.
Right.
You might be like an invertebrate. You got bigger problems
you
than
deserve
your heavy laptop. Like,
exactly.
You might be melting. So...
And you're not allowed to bring more than 4 ounces of liquid on a plane. So if you're melting, that's a problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That's a good observation right there on Ari's part.
Thank you.
So I proceeded to just make fun of him the entire week. I went up to the IT guys who were setting it up. I'm like, oh, man, you're going to have to get him like a wrist brace. I think they sell them at bowling alleys.
Nice.
So that he can, he doesn't break his wrists, and he don't need an elbow pad. He might need a sling. And make sure you get a case that's made of titanium with a super padded shoulder strap so that he doesn't kill himself.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, and then he was like, well, I should have him take the money you save and buy a mini SD card so it'll boot up faster. I'm like, dude, you should have them take the money they save and buy yourself a gym membership so you can get strong enough to lift a fucking 4.5 pound laptop.
Fantastic point.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not happy with me.
Is he happy with the computer?
No.
Oh, my God.
No. I don't blame him. It's a shitty computer.
Well, I mean, there is that.
See, what I would have done is I would have been like, here's $90. I want what I want.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I guess he was motivated only to a certain point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but
it's terrible.
So that was fun.
Wow.
I'm gonna make fun of him probably for a good month or so more.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like an open-ended joke. Like you could bring in aspirin, and Yeah. Wow.
I could have 9-1 dialed already. The first time I see him lift it.
Yeah.
It's just in case.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the ability to get onto his computer and put like a wallpaper up? Can you slip the IT guy like $5 to do it?
Oh, I could definitely do that.
I mean, there's one, Something like this computer has exceeded the weight restriction of the user.
Oversized load, something like that.
Right. Good one. Good one. Nice. So, again, we're at the bar. We record this show every week at the bar. Last week we were talking about Southern Comfort.
Yeah, I'm drinking it again.
Nice.
I'm going to keep drinking it until they start giving it to me for free.
Until the sponsorship starts.
No, I'll probably still drink it. Well, I definitely would.
Right.
Why
You're not going to stop once they start
that would
sponsoring.
be ridiculous.
Yeah, I at some point tonight I'm going to actually, go my Jack and Ginger route. It should be fantastic. Very excited about that.
I would be too.
Yeah. I enjoy, again, we set up this little portable recording thing. We do this at the bar because the bar is the perfect setting for it.
I agree.
But, we managed to sit in line for this speaker that just happens to get louder and louder, I think, throughout the whole night.
Yeah. I'm convinced someone's messing with us, but whatever.
That would happen here. Yeah.
I'll find out who it is and have them shot.
Excellent.
I really want the ability to have people shot. Like, it doesn't have to be with a gun, with like a firearm. It could be just like a paintball gun or a Nerf gun. I just want a guy who, like, when someone pisses me off, I gotta shoot him, and he does.
That would be your definition of success at that point?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And if I could have him do it for no pay, but because I strike fear into his heart,
Communism.
He does whatever I say.
It'd be a very communist approach to exacting revenge on somebody.
It could be.
Yeah. Plus, you are wearing a red shirt right now, so...
I am. I made this shirt.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. What do you see in it?
Well, for people who can't see, it's sort of a Rorschach shirt.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's a Rorschach shirt. And the question is, what do I see in it?
Yeah.
Is it shaped like a heart?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's literally, it is a Rorschach.
Right.
Yeah. It's
I don't know what I see in it.
Jerk.
Yeah. I see like an insect. It looks like a bug.
Okay.
Which is terrifying to me, so...
See, everyone gets something scary out of it.
Well,
it's very fitting.
It's a red T-shirt and a black ink blot. I mean, it's...
I'm aware. Oh, and by the way, I realize that they can't see.
Yeah. No, I mean,
No,
I've learned over the years of being at radio stations and being in recording sessions that when people talk, it's like we could have a whole conversation about it, but nobody's gonna have a clue what we're talking about.
I kind of like that idea.
Okay.
Well,
right.
It's not good for ratings or what have you, but
right.
It's funny to me.
Okay.
And I'm really the only person I care about.
Nice. Nice. You have a list of stuff with you. Any additional items?
Let's see. Oh, I got another traffic story. This happened today.
Nice.
And it was another weird realization. I'm when trucks try to pass other trucks, it's horrible.
Yes.
So
nobody wins.
Nobody. I'm on the Jersey Turnpike. Which one?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's a reason you pay to get out of that place and not to get in.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, New Jersey, you suck.
Yeah, never apologize for that.
Well,
Yeah, no, I mean,
suck.
even the people that are listening at home, I'm not going to apologize.
Yeah, I don't care about you. You're just. It's horrible.
Yeah.
We live in a horrible state.
Yeah.
It's only better than Delaware because it doesn't smell quite as bad.
Good point. From my perspective, the thing that I've always said is when I was a little kid, and you can get to your story in 1 second. I grew up in New Jersey. And,
I'm sorry.
Exactly. And the thing is that's one of the reasons why I really grew up both in New York and Philadelphia, because I was always trying to get out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And, I remember being a little kid, and one of the things that you learn when you go to a Jewish school is everyone talks about how Israel and New Jersey are roughly the same size. And so I've always held that if that's true, why not cut off New Jersey, send it over to the Middle East, and then everybody gets the same amount of space.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need it.
No.
We're not going to hurt without it.
No. I think we'll prosper.
Yeah. So your story, I'm sorry.
So anyway, no, it's fine. I interrupt everyone always. So anyway, I'm driving, and there's a truck passing a truck, and it's backed up the left-hand lane. And this dude behind me decides that I'm not going fast enough. So he's going to ride as far up to my bumper as he possibly can. And I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
But he was literally... normally, if someone's close, I'll tap on my brakes
Sure.
just to tell him to fuck off. But he was so close, I felt that might be dangerous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you think that giving me a prostate exam with your bumper is going to make the car in front of me go any faster? It's not, dude. And I also understand road rage. Like, if I could, I would have just pulled over, had him pull over, wrapped his seatbelt around his neck, smashed his face into a steering wheel, and hoped that the airbag popped his head off like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Nice.
Like... is it bad that I have that violent imagery in my head?
No, it's funny. I understand road rage as well, and I mean, from the standpoint of I know what I'd like to do. Mm-hmm. I had a situation today that was so ridiculous.
Mine was cartoon-like, and I don't think it's physically possible.
Well, I actually got to use one of my favorite expressions that I feel it really had. The situation has to necessitate it, but. I was waiting at a train station to pick somebody up, and it was nothing. I wasn't in anybody's way. I was just the car was not parked in a spot, but it was idling somewhere, and somebody drove past me and honked their horn and sort of gave me like a get out of the way kind of look, and I was just like, all right. I mean, it's not like I'm in anybody's way, but sure. So I back up. and there's a guy all the way at the back of the parking lot. I mean, this guy's good few 100 feet away from me. But he somehow sees me backing up, and I wasn't backing up maybe but 20 feet, and he seems to floor his engine so that he's right behind me by the time I get to the end of what I'm doing. And at which point he stops, honks the horn, and I'm, by the way, not in his way at this point because I've turned to get out of his way. Honks his horn, pulls alongside of me, and proceeds to yell at me through his window. Now, I'm not in anybody's way at this point, but he felt the need. So I rolled down my window, I let him scream for another 2 seconds, and then I just said, "Why don't you unclench?" And then I just got out of the car. And it was such a wonderful moment because it's like, I don't know, that was the road rage I could summon, because if not, I was going to break his window. But
I would have gone with breaking his window, but I understand.
It was fun to say unclench.
Yeah,
That's
it is a good one.
Unclench.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unclenched. I kind of like saying that. I'm going to try to use that.
Yeah, you should incorporate it.
I will.
Yeah.
I give people the angry fist instead of giving them the finger because it confuses the shit out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always I had a friend in college who was a big fan of the finger. He would flip people off if they didn't do anything wrong. He just loved flipping people off. I'm sure you can appreciate that kind of And he taught me 2 things: flip off people who don't need it, and you'll get a good laugh. And the other one is, whenever you're at a restaurant and you get terrible service, leave a penny. I was always under the impression that you're not supposed to leave any kind of tip. His thing was leave a penny.
Yeah, because that's even more insulting.
Exactly.
Than not. Yeah.
I felt like my world opened up when I heard that one.
That's true. I got to stop throwing pennies at homeless people.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but you could use them as well.
It's probably a bad habit.
I guess. I mean, I'm not encouraging it, but
I aim for their faces.
Oh my God. You know, there's a penny shortage in this country. You really do have to space them out.
Dude, no one uses pennies.
Yeah. Well,
they're useless.
Only in situations where you get bad service.
True.
Or you see a homeless. Where you see a homeless person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not even. They're not homeless half the time. They're just people walking down the street.
See, that's even better. The assumption that somebody walking down the street deserves to have a penny thrown at them is even better.
They do.
Yeah.
Because they're there and I have a penny. So
fantastic.
Play a quick game.
Any further stories of road rage that you'd like to share? It feels like a good topic, actually.
Road rage. Let me think. That was all I had planned.
Good moments in road rage.
Oh, well, you know what? I actually did have, when I was younger, this is a really long time ago, but it's always stuck in my head. My friend and I were driving. He was driving, and there was this person in front of us that just kept unreasonably tapping on their brakes. And we were behind them for probably a good 5 miles, too. I'm going to sneeze.
Okay.
Maybe not.
It's
It'll
okay.
happen. It's going to be bad.
Right now we can actually cut out because there's no music.
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
I'd prefer it be in there.
Right. Go for it.
Especially since they'll make a liar out of me.
I'm sorry. That's true.
Because we're not going to cut that part out.
That's true. It's all about leaving in the blemishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have anything too perfect. Anyway, so we're driving down the 5 miles probably, and they just keep tapping on their brakes. So I'm like, dude, you need to pull up next to him. And he's like, why? I'm like, just pull up next to him. So I'm just like, excuse me, I think something's wrong with your brake lights. They keep blinking for no apparent reason. Now, I know you're not dumb enough to keep hitting your brakes.
Wow.
So you should probably have that checked out by some sort of professional.
And how'd that go?
I think I was given the finger, actually.
See, the thing is, the finger is such an uninteresting retort. You know, that's the problem.
I know.
It really is the mark of someone who's just not swift enough to think of something better.
Yeah, I prefer to be spit at.
That's a good one. So have you seen, one of the shows that you and I have routinely talked about is Archer. Have you gotten caught up on this season?
Not caught. Maybe. I was waiting for my roommate to watch it, and it's just not working.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it again with him.
Well, okay, it's not going to ruin the joke, but I have to share it because something you just said really reminded me, and it's become a favorite expression of mine. There's the show is about a secret agent, and it's an animated show, but he's very funny. And,
it's hilarious.
And very dark, and very just no holds barred kind
wrong.
of. Absolutely.
That's what I like about it. It's nonchalant. It doesn't make a big deal out of the fact that it's really fucking fucked up.
Absolutely. Well, there was a scene in an episode this season that has cracked me up every time. I've now watched the episode several times, where Archer is interrogating a guy, and the guy spits on him. And Archer goes to wipe the spit off his face, and he goes, "Huh, cock-flavored spit."
Oh, yes, I did see that.
And it's just, I mean, what a genius line. Like, it's obviously you reminded me of that with the thing about spitting, but what a genius line. Cock-flavored spit. It's fantastic.
We'd also like to have FX as a sponsor, so if you watch Archer, that would be a good thing.
That's fantastic.
Right? They got money.
Yeah. And it's
with the success of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Archer.
Yeah.
Another good show, by the way.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
I've heard
show.
nothing but good things about The League, too. I've never actually seen it, but I have it on my Netflix. Netflix is a great buy.
This is just rapidly becoming that thing in Wayne's World where they just bow to every sponsor. Yeah. It's good.
I'm done.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, I just re-signed up for Netflix, so it would be good to get
I'm
Netflix
not done
on
with
board.
I'm not done with Netflix.
No, I'm just plugging it as well.
Yeah.
I want more
my
people
God,
to understand
it's
it.
fantastic.
It's a brilliant program.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a reason Blockbuster is going out of business, essentially.
Yeah. And that reason is Netflix.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the road rage thing. It reminds me of when I was recently just got back from this road trip. And, when you're in a van with a lot of guys, and especially band guys, I've always found it's a thing like band guys in particular love road rage and road rage-inspired bits of entertainment. I'm really dragging there. But
it's fine.
So there was
we can
this...
edit that out.
No, we can't. The music's playing this time.
Yeah. That I'm okay with.
Yeah.
If it's all messed up with the music in the background,
right.
No one's going to notice that. It's a great song, by the way.
It
Guys
is a
My
good
Voices
song.
doesn't have any money, but I'm going to plug them anyway.
Yeah, it is a good song. So we were in a situation where we were sort of caravanning. There were two vehicles in our group, and we kept jockeying for position because the one vehicle had no real weight to it, and we had a trailer and 7 guys. So we were much heavier, and obviously they could go faster, but every once in a while we would sort of jockey for lead position. And the only discerning difference between the one vehicle that we were following, that we were traveling with, and other vehicles that look like it, is it has this big whip antenna on top of the CB. So we're driving back and forth, and the other thing is there would be whole stretches where like we wouldn't see them, and then we would suddenly catch up. So we're driving down the road and we see them, and my friend, one of the guys in the van, decides to it's the perfect time to moon this our friends in the other vehicle. Right, it's the right time. So he preps, but his whole thing is like, it's not enough to just put his butt up against the window. He's got to open the whole side of the van up to do it. So, yeah, right, which is always fun because you get that suck of air out where you kind of think he's going out of the van. And
Yeah, it's like airplane nightmare.
Yeah. So we're driving, and obviously we're not slowing down to do this.
Southwest. Anyway, sorry.
So I'm sitting all the way in the front, so I'm sort of only seeing this in the rearview mirror and over my shoulder. And obviously there's also that point where you just don't want to look anymore. So I can hear him unbuckling his pants.
Yeah.
I can hear him fumbling for the handle. We're pulling up alongside. I'm looking over my left shoulder. I hear him pull his pants down and open the van. I turn to my right and realize it's not our friend's driver.
Of course.
And there's definitely a little kid in the front seat. Yep. It's fantastic. So, we became those guys for probably 15 miles who were just like, we suddenly slowed down a lot just to make sure we were nowhere near that other car.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
none of us had missed that the whip antenna wasn't on this one.
Well, because technically that's, your friend could be put on the Megan's Law thing for that.
Yeah. Well, for that, I'm not going to say in many other things because he's not that guy, but he probably could have been stopped for a lot of things.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to have to knock on people's doors every time you move into a neighborhood.
No, it's so time consuming.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
What? I didn't.
I said, yeah.
Nothing happened.
No, right. Right. Of course not.
No.
Of course not.
Sorry.
It's okay.
No.
Yeah. This is a strange setting. The bar that we record this at has 2 bars. There's an upper bar and a downstairs bar that they seem to only really open up when it gets super busy, which is unfortunately never when I'm around anymore. And so it's sort of strange. We record this at a bar, but I can't actually get a drink at the bar. It's the worst tease in the world.
Yeah. Well, it's not the worst tease in the world.
That's true. It's a bad tease.
Yeah,
though.
it's a very bad tease.
Yeah.
I have to steal someone else's joke. I don't know his name, but a celibate stripper is the worst tease in the world.
But really, a celibate stripper? I mean, strippers don't do anything anyway.
If you have enough coke...
That's the thing I never have enough of.
Or money.
Right. I always forget the coke thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. I have another friend that's getting married soon, and there are actually a lot of people I know who are getting married soon, and it's such a strange thing because I've never been, of all the friends that I had that got married, they were all Orthodox Jews. So I've never had the bachelor party experience.
Oh.
So I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I'm either about to have 3 really insane bachelor parties, or it's going to be
The Hangover? It's
Yeah.
going to be exactly like that.
We're not going to Vegas though.
Well, exactly like that, but someplace else. Different setting, same script.
With Mike Tyson?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to pay him because he's got to be hurting for money again by now.
I'm sure they didn't pick him up for the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I actually realized that this weekend. I was like, I wonder if I'm about to go to some crazy bachelor parties or whether it's just going to be like, let's go get some beers and a pizza.
I've only been to one bachelor party, and there were definitely lesbian strippers involved.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, one...
Right.
Who cares? I don't, like...
Yeah,
I
mean...
didn't have enough coke, so they're not going to do anything with me.
Right.
I really shouldn't have said that out loud.
I was going to... Am I allowed to ask, did you have any coke on you?
No,
Okay.
I don't do coke.
I had to ask. It was
It's fine.
the appropriate question.
It's fine. I'll slap you later.
Okay.
I'm not. Well, I might. But, yeah, no, but, and it actually kind of sucked because there's a bunch of poor dudes, and they did more the more money you threw at them,
right.
which I really liked, by the way.
It's like a sliding scale.
Yeah, well, I like the fact that they allowed you to throw money at them and just, make it what it really is.
Did you throw pennies at them?
I didn't have any pennies.
You make it rain pennies?
No,
yeah.
I should have.
You should have. Should have thrown a handful of pennies.
Next time I'm going to bring a roll of pennies.
Right. Just throw the whole roll.
Yeah.
It's like 50 cents right there. Just do it.
Hopefully it'll hit someplace good and make them moan.
Fantastic.
Why? That's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about.
There were lesbian strippers at this bachelor party.
Yeah, it was in Atlantic City.
Okay.
I remember getting really drunk and getting lost on the boardwalk.
Yeah. At night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
I
fun.
don't know. Someone found me and brought me back to the room.
Not fun.
Yeah. By the way, I had one thing that just, I don't know why, but why this flashed into my head, but Tommy Lee Jones.
Was he there?
No.
Would have been amazing.
No. But his face is like a close-up of a scrotum.
Like that joke in Arrested Development, how the Iraq satellite photos are actually Tobias' scrotum.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's what his face looks like.
I never thought about it.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
shouldn't think of that.
That's true. It's true. I actually heard a story today. It was pretty bizarre, and I was at a...
What the hell did I say? Sorry.
Yeah, where did that come
weirded out
from?
now. I don't know. Something you said triggered it in my head. I don't know what it was.
And the world will never know.
No. It's just like how many licks it takes to get... Don't trust that stupid Al. He cheats.
Did you see that Jimmy Fallon recently redid that commercial?
I hate that guy.
Well, the thing is, I don't, but I mean, like, I get it. I get why people hate him.
Well, I hate him because on Saturday Night Live, all he did was look at the camera and laugh.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He's gotten much better, though.
He might be good on his own show, but, like, he lost all credibility with me with that.
Well, I remember, it's funny, he did his first episode, he had Robert De Niro on, and you could not ask for 2 more diametrically opposed individuals to be sitting at a desk together, especially when the pressure is so high that it's your first night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Conan, I think his first night he used Tom Hanks, or at least Conan did when he was doing The Tonight Show. And Tom Hanks is a guy I get. He's likable, he's bubbly, he's effusive, he's a guy that you can have a conversation with.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro. This guy's not having a conversation about anything, and boy, was that awkward. That was some bad television. And I remember sitting there thinking, well, this show is never going to last. And to his credit, he's never really lost the goofiness, but he's a much better host. I like him now.
All right.
But the thing is, he does these really random skits, and he recently redid he redid that whole, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop, and it was quite entertaining.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the Al cheats.
Yeah, well, that's basically the gist of the joke.
Okay.
It's not that he identifies it anymore. It's actually the director's cut of the commercial where the kid curses when he sees the owl bite the whole thing off.
Oh, that's good.
See, that's why I think
That
it's
is
kind of up
pretty
your
good.
alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded dirty.
Okay.
Up my alley.
Oh, I thought it was the bite the thing off that you...
That also sounds dirty, but
Right.
I'm kind of into that, so...
When we were doing, we taped another episode of this show that I produce every week with a friend, an associate of ours from the bar, Jared. Shoot the show. And,
Yeah.
he had me
Should I tell
on.
everybody my nickname for him?
Please.
Jufro.
Well, that he does have a Jew fro.
He does.
I
That's
do
why.
too at this point, but his is much more
Yeah,
froey.
his is,
Mine's more Jewy than froey, and his is more
More
froey
froey.
than Jewy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that Jared had me on as a guest on his show the other day, and it was... We weren't, but I think 10 seconds into his introduction of me until he made a joke about how I'm usually... So it was related to pornography, basically.
Okay.
Usually I'm shooting his show. I'm sitting behind the camera. I'm messing with the audio. I'm a very technical part of the show. I get on, and his introduction is, so this is Ari, and he's usually doing stuff behind the camera. Well, I mean, you worked in that industry, didn't you? And it's like, thanks, man. Your thousands of listeners now are going to get this impression that's not true. And not in like a way where they're going to think I'm cool. They're going to think I'm
you're
kind of a sleazy... Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's probably gay porn.
I'm sure there is.
I don't know.
I don't know where the assumption was. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I was just going for a joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I can be the butt of a joke. Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't even talk right there. Too many things made my brain explode.
I know that feeling. Do you have anything on your list?
I do. Well, something little. My company has a bunch of... after hiring me, they subsequently hired like 4 or 5 other people named Jason
Okay.
in all different branches.
Right.
And I've been lobbying to allow to have the owner of the company allow me to legally change their names.
You mean completely?
I'm tired of getting emails for other people.
Right.
So there's only one other one that works in the same branch as me, and I've dubbed him Lord Stabbington.
Why?
It's what I said first.
Oh.
I don't know. There was no real reason.
He didn't
for
like
it.
stab a coworker.
Not to my knowledge.
Do you want to stab him?
No, he's all right.
Okay.
I would like to see him stab other people, though. That would be pretty cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I have no idea where that name came from. It's just like I talk sometimes and don't know what happened, and by sometimes I mean pretty much everything I say. I don't know what just happened.
It's like that. What's that term for people who sleepwalk but drive at night? I don't remember.
They're on Ambien.
There's a... I guess that's it. It's the non-technical term, I think. Yeah. So anyway, this guy, Lord Stabbington.
Well, he's the only one I've remotely successfully renamed. He's okay with me calling him Lord Stabbington.
What about everybody else?
It's not catching on like I'd like, but I'm just saying, it's like a $35 fee and some paperwork.
Right.
I'll fill out the paperwork. I'll even pay out of my pocket. And we'll rename them, I don't know, things like Jicky McGillicuddy. I don't know.
So the real lesson to be learned when it comes to your job is
Don't.
that people should pay out of pocket for the very logical things that they want. Mr. X-Face should have paid the $90 to get the computer he wanted.
I would have, if I
You
were
would
him.
pay the $35 to change their names.
Yeah, well, I realize it's kind of a strange request. I'm not gonna pretend that like, oh, this is perfectly normal, but I'm
Right.
just saying, like, there's too many Jasons, so we gotta do something about it.
Yeah, when a couple of years ago, I started working with a band, and there were 2 guys in the band named Brian, and all of a sudden, everybody I met was named Brian.
Yeah.
And then everyone I met was named Ryan, and that didn't make it any better.
No.
It was literally just as confusing over and over again.
Yeah. I'm sick. I'm just sick of it. I had suggested actually a more reasonable thing would have been to reverse our email addresses and have ours last name and then first name.
Right. That does make sense.
Right? Yeah. No one listens to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So then I had to be like, well, let's change their names to, I don't know, Fuzzy Wig Kettle Bottom. I don't know.
It's I was having a conversation with a guy today about getting in contact with certain people in the music industry, and it's funny, when I was first starting in the music business as a journalist about 10 years ago, it was really impossible. Like, you could never get a hold of anybody. The corporate structure was really designed so that it was like this secluded, sort of very, very small group of people, and you could never get a hold of anyone, not by phone, not by email, unless you managed to crack the code. If you got one guy, then you could always kind of fudge it and say, like, oh, my friend, this guy told me how to get in touch with you. So the thing is that not much has changed, only because there are so many fewer people working at record labels.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is that apparently in the 10 years that has transpired, and then the 7 or so years since I was really in music journalism to where I am now, the biggest change is that now everyone just goes by their name. So if you know their name, then their email address is usually their first name dot their last name at the... So the funny thing is, in the attempt to be ingenious and sort of serpentine their way out of the ability for the public to access them is completely usurped by the fact that if you know their name, they're incredibly easy to get a hold of. It's fantastically genius.
I like that.
Yeah, it's
I like when things backfire on people.
Yeah, it's another fantastic indicator that the music business has really got all their stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've embraced the whole digital download thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what? That's
Yeah.
a conversation for another time.
Meanwhile, while we're on this subject, I'm a big fan of Apple products and iTunes. So, if Apple wants to throw something our way, more power to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say yeah.
Yeah, you have more iPhones than I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have like 3 of them.
Yeah, you're a very
Not all of
popular...
them work, but I have them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a very popular iPhone person.
Yes. I'm going to build something out of them.
Okay.
Like a table.
I was really hoping for penny dispenser. I want to go back to this whole throwing pennies at homeless people thing because it's such a great visual.
Listen, they're in my way. They're homeless. They don't have souls.
Wow.
So, well, they might, but I don't care.
Right.
So,
and they're worth to you a penny.
not really.
Not even.
It's that pennies are worth nothing.
Ah, right. Wow. 2 insults in one.
Right?
It's quite an accomplishment.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm that good.
Wow. I'm trying to think of stories from this week. It's funny. What I hear, for me, stories that are worth telling on this program are kind of like jokes that I can retell jokes, but unfortunately, I've never been that guy who, like, unless the joke is really, really obvious, I somehow tend to screw it up. It's just the reality,
It happens.
So the thing is that I hear these stories and I walk around, and I heard a story today that was fantastic about a guy who was very disruptive in a movie theater. He spent the first 2 hours of a movie on his phone the whole time.
Ooh,
and
he should be shot.
when this person that was telling me the story told the guy to cut it out, he just proceeded to spill forth the greatest insults and vitriol. It sounded amazing. The thing is, I just want to be able to record these stories, bring them to the show, play them back for you, and get your feedback on them, because I keep hearing stories. It's almost better than me bringing stories to you to discuss.
I think you should see if you can figure out a way to do that, maybe.
Okay. That was a very long explanation.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I don't know how everyone else feels,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I hear they're playing the Pixies, which is always comforting.
I was listening to Trump Limon today.
Good
It's
album.
my favorite Pixies album.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having a conversation with someone this weekend who told me they were self-proclaimed music aficionado, and then, I don't know, maybe an hour later...
Were they wearing black rimmed glasses?
No, but that does bring up. Okay, I'm gonna quote the joke that I heard while I was away and told you, because I still think it's genius and the world needs to hear it.
Okay.
How many indie hipsters does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Did I tell you this joke already?
You might, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know, but you just ruined it, so you might want to.
Yeah, we're gonna start over again.
Yeah. Okay.
How many indie hipsters does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Some obscure number you've probably never heard of. It's a good joke, right?
It is a good joke.
Anyway, this person that I was talking to this weekend, self-proclaimed music aficionado, about an hour later on their Twitter feed writes, never really listened to the Pixies. Anybody recommend them? I was just like, we're never going to have a conversation about music again.
You should probably set them on fire the next time you see them.
If only Twitter let me do that. The Twitter in your mind would do that, I know.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be like... It'd be like the Facebook in my mind would have the dislike button, but you would definitely get eaten alive by ants as soon as someone pressed dislike on something that you said or whined about.
I would
hate
imagine
Facebook with
you
a
could also
burning
just
passion.
dislike a person on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, instead of friending them, you can unfriend
I
them. You
don't
can
like
dislike
you.
them on Facebook.
You're kind of a dickbag.
Right.
I hate Facebook with a burning passion. Well, I find it entertaining
Okay.
to read, but it also annoys me because, like, I don't give a shit that you're at Abercrombie and Finch. I don't care.
Yeah.
No one else does either. Like,
Yeah.
don't document your entire day. No one gives a fuck.
I was definitely a check-in to places kind of guy when the technology first came
the
out.
check-in thing, I can deal with. It's the people that actually post like, "Oh, shop." Blah. No one cares. No one cares.
Yeah. Well, what I like, I've enjoyed, and I've only really recently come to this realization. Wow.
It's all right. You're fine.
I've come to this realization only recently that Facebook and Twitter are the new cheering section at sports games, because I love how everybody watches a sports game and updates their status with some shout out to the pitcher or the athlete, and makes it as if like they can't even hear you when you're at the game.
Yeah.
And they certainly can't hear you when you scream it at your television, but the hope is that someone's going to hear it 2 hours after the game when you post it online.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money Facebook has.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I don't want them as a sponsor.
Okay.
They're evil and they're
No
ruining the
Facebook
world.
sponsorship.
They're ruining the world. We can get plenty of other people.
Yeah.
They're ruining the world. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
They make it easier to stalk people.
Yeah.
I don't have to read, but, when I'm on the toilet, I get bored. And some of these people that I'm friends with, I'm like, why do I even talk to you in real life? Because all you do is whine about the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a bad day. It's raining out, and I'm sad.
When I have a bad day, I don't feel the need to go online and write about it.
I don't either.
Because what's that going to do?
We're Facebook friends. I don't write stuff very often.
No,
when
it's true.
I do, it's
good
worth
stuff.
reading.
It's lyrics, or it's a very good observation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that I post more. See, I'm in a weird position. I post more than I think I'd like to, but there are reasons why I do it. And
but you're working a marketing aspect, and you share things that are worth sharing.
Well, thank you.
I'm talking about people that are like, oh my god, I was at Starbucks today and they ran out of my favorite kind of coffee, sugar, cake, drink.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
That's how bad your life is, that you didn't get your Starbucks today, so now you're going to get suicidal?
Yeah.
To those people, I say, you do an awful lot of talking about killing yourself, but very little action.
Wow.
I said that to someone in real life.
Regarding something they posted online?
Regarding something they said to me right then and there.
Nice.
And
so you told them that they talk too much about killing themselves?
And not enough action,
Wow.
yes.
How'd that go over?
He was like, really? He didn't even get it. It was horrible. Horrible for me.
Yeah, see, that's the point. It's like, it's such a great observation, but if it doesn't land, then it's really got no redeeming value.
He still mopes around all the time.
Yeah.
His vagina's bleeding or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. That's a great segue. I have noticed lately.
Wait, vagina's bleeding
Yes,
is a good segue?
it is a good segue.
I'm all ears.
Because I've noticed lately that some of the repetitive posting that people put up online has gone from the I'm stuck in traffic again, my life sucks, to got my period today, and it's just like, really? I'm literally just, I'm in awe. I mean, there are no words.
I know. Well, there's words.
Yeah.
Are you claiming that language doesn't exist anymore?
For me, when I read that, I do lose a little bit of the ability to converse.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I thought all of a sudden I was like, well, what am I doing right now? I'm using words. Is this not making sense to you all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You're making strange noises.
If you said it, it would be funny. If you came in and you're like, my vagina started bleeding today.
Yeah.
I would find it funny.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a true testament to just...
it's all in the delivery, and it's
true.
I never say things like that, so you know I was making fun of the people who do
Correct.
that kind of stuff. I get it.
Correct. Well, the goal, is to be so successful one day that we start producing T-shirts with slogans, and
My vagina is bleeding.
you got it.
Yeah,
That would make for a killer T-shirt.
it would.
Yeah.
It'd have to be red or white with red writing. Actually,
You got it.
That's
You got it.
That's horrible.
And maybe it could be printed as an ink blot test.
yeah,
Like, you really have to stare at it to get it.
yeah, not like it.
So if there's anyone out there that wants to design that T-shirt for us,
Yeah, we will not pay you, but we'll take it.
correct. And we will give you credit for it, but
Maybe.
but not anything other than we'll just say your name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we might mispronounce it if you have a weird name
Yeah. I would
or a
guess.
funny name.
Right. Or maybe go out of our way to mispronounce it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a definite possibility. Sadly.
Yeah. It's true.
So after all that motivation,
Go for it.
yeah,
We're
Be a
nothing
winner.
if not willing to validate somebody's existence, just the bare minimum.
yeah, I don't really like doing stuff. So
Yeah. Perfect. We're actually almost out of time. Do you have any other stories for the week? Anything else that you wanted to share?
I got one more thing. I was gonna save it for the next episode, but fuck it.
Go for it now.
Okay, I want to start a grassroots campaign.
Okay.
There's still these stupid new parents that have bought into the whole antibacterial marketing campaign. They don't realize that hand sanitizer kills the germs for about 3 minutes. Then anything that it didn't touch starts growing over where you just clean, so it's pointless.
Right.
And they have to disinfect their entire house. And, well, that's bad for your baby.
Yeah.
It needs to be exposed to germs. And there's also such a thing as good bacteria.
Sure. Like
And-
yogurt.
Yeah, yogurt is great bacteria.
Yeah.
So, well played.
I
sir.
always like to
Yeah,
contribute
well
something
played,
good.
sir. But so, and you go in their house and they're like, "Oh, could you, take a bath in the hallway before you come in?
Yeah.
We have a hazmat suit for you to wear, like shit like that." And I'm just like, stop hassling me. Do me a favor. Instead of disinfecting the world, because guess what, your kid is going to get sick as soon as it leaves your house.
Yeah.
Just spray the baby. You're going to spend less money on disinfectant if you're just spraying the child
Right.
as opposed to spraying everything
world.
else. Yeah,
It's true.
And it's just as harmful to its immune system as spraying everything else.
Good
and
point.
it's less of a hassle to me.
Right.
Most importantly, it's less of a hassle to me. I don't want to have to take a flea bath every time I come in your house. I'm
Yeah.
just going to burn your house down and be like, guess what? All the germs are gone.
It's a good point. I have always, or at least in the last few years since I really realized it,
Spray the babies.
I have always...
That's a t-shirt.
That is a good one. Spray the babies.
Yeah.
All right, so the same person out there work on 2 shirts, and
Yeah.
we'll give you even more credit.
Yeah. Then we probably will try to pronounce your name correctly.
Yeah, right. If you want your name pronounced correctly, go for
It's
both
too true.
designs.
Otherwise, we're gonna butcher it.
Yeah,
it could be Mike White, and it's gonna be like Mickey Hoyt.
Yeah. I have marveled in the last few years at the thought that the illusion of health and safety in public bathrooms. I love the idea of the no-touch sink,
Yeah.
faucet, which I understand is both for cleanliness and also so that nobody leaves it running, because that's a thing. Apparently everyone loses their ability to do basic human functions when they use a public bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated
Except for
by
the
that.
two that they went.
That's very true. Although it depends on the location, because bars, sports arenas, airports, train stations, pretty much it's going all over the floor anyway.
Well, their aim. I wasn't talking about aim. I was
Okay,
just
but the
talking about
function actually.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That they literally the purpose of those rooms gets facilitated, but that's about the only natural function that they can keep. Well, I love the illusion of it. The touchless faucets, the touchless soap dispensers that dispense foam antibacterial foam, the new, using paper, or the hand dryer, which is not sanitary anyway, but they make those new ones that are supposed to be really sanitary.
Yeah, like the air blade things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
they
everyone
have those at work. Isn't that awesome?
That is cool, actually.
Yeah, but the thing is, the urinal is a little too close to the thing, so if anybody's drying their hands while you're taking a piss, you're technically getting blown by them.
Wow. That's a whole other kind of conversation.
It's kind of weird and creepy.
Wow. Well, so I love how a company will go out of their way to do all of those things and then have a metal handle on the front door, on the door to the bathroom that you have to pull to get in.
Yeah, they should have automatic doors.
Or the door should open out. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had to pull the door open to go into the bathroom, it would make a whole lot more sense because then you're already going into the bathroom.
True.
But I love the idea of the doors that open in and have the metal handle, and or plastic, even better. I mean, it's just a fantastic design flaw
Yeah.
of the illusion of healthcare
Yeah.
and safety.
I don't even wash my hands half the time. I contend that my penis is probably cleaner than my hands, considering it's not really exposed to anything.
Right.
As long as I don't piss on my hands,
Right.
I can or cannot wash my hands, depending on my time frame.
It's true. It's definitely that's a sentiment that I've heard actually echoed by a few people, and I agree. It's just a safer prospect.
By the way, I also, you just made me remember something. You know, the employees must wash hands.
Yes.
Well, I always thought it'd be funny if the emphasis wasn't quite the way you read it. Instead of like employees must wash hands, it's kind of like employees must wash hands. Like,
like a question.
I guess they do.
Right.
They should. Because they're
I see,
employees.
yeah.
They must do that, right?
Right.
That's all I got.
Well, I was on my last story. I saw at a friend's workshop the other day. He had a sign that said "Thank you for smoking," and I thought, genius! Like
It's a great movie.
It is a good movie. But my point is, like, there's a company out there that makes these signs that are meant to subvert the norm, and it would actually be great. Like the next road trip I go on, if I could get a bunch of them, I would go to restaurant bathrooms, peel off the signs that say employees must wash their hands, and put up employees must not wash their hands, and just do this all over this great land of ours.
Yeah, I'm going to make one suggestion.
Okay.
You might not need to peel it off. You might be able to put the other one on top of it.
Nice.
It's just time saver.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Well,
I'm like, you know how you can more efficiently vandalize that bathroom?
not vandalize it in the first place. And just, yeah. Good point. Well, it's as good a point as any to end on. We've actually reached the end of this episode. What'd you think?
I was fine with it. I liked it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But it's better when we can hear each other.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for anger management with Jay Weber, which is the official name, I think I mentioned at the top of the show.
Yeah,
at least we're
believe you
going
did.
with that.
Yeah, we're running with it.
I am Ari Halbkram,
And I'm Jay Weber.
and thanks for listening.
Bye.
The show you have just heard was produced by Ari Halbkram and Podlandia Productions. Visit podlandia.com for more information and to check out some of our other great shows.